What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hasan PIKER, and this is the HasanDaily broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles. Folks, we're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and Emmys are having a fantastic moment because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is Sunday. Praise be to Allah. It is Sunday. It's Easter Sunday. As a matter of fact, we're live, we're alive, and there's a lot to talk about. As always, coming to you live from stolen Dongva land. Source tells me Jesus is stable. Please, God. Okay, nice. Good start. Good start on a fantastic Charlie Kirk message. Yeah, the Cory Booker thing is really funny. Booker admitting that he's never listened to a single minute of Hasan's show and only put out a position because Third Way prodded his office. This is exactly the same thing that Elisa Slotkin did, which was really funny, where they're like, I don't really know anything about this guy, but I think he's bad. It's like, why would you admit that? Why? Like, sure, I'm an irrelevant figure, right? I'm not that relevant. I'm not that significant, but like, why would you admit to people that you don't even like care about the shit that you're saying? This is the number one gripe that people have with politicians, is that they're just empty husks that don't have personal conviction, that don't have fucking personal opinions on anything, and are just simply a mouthpiece for whatever fucking lobbyist or campaign consultant is telling them the talking points that they get. It's unbearable. Dude, that is just wrong. Half of our DSA chapter joined because of you. Hell yeah. I mean, great. I didn't say I have no impact whatsoever. You know, I have some impact. Slowly but surely we'll have more impact. But, you know, it's not, you know, I'm not like a kingmaker. I'm not a singular person. No one is. No one is a singular force that can change the trajectory of American politics. That's not how this stuff works. It's a movement. We all play a major role in this. All of you, every single individual in this chat that goes out and speaks to their parents, speaks to other people out in the real world, and defends these positions that we all believe in, you're playing a major role here, okay? I'm just one fucking guy. I am nothing without all of you. That's how it works. That's how I've always explained this process. I mean, I'll continue to say the truth because that is the truth.
Office, you said, and it's just one person, but it's part of a large group of, I think, people that have this point of view, that you wouldn't say go on like Hasan PIKER's stream because he's said some heinous and stupid shit in the...
Yeah, I don't like the way John also presented this because, like, he's known me for a decade, but it is what it is.
Past, but to me, I would
I've done his show. You know what I mean? Come on, John.
Expect you'd be like chomping at the bit to say, you know what? Of course I'm going to go there because I want to represent this point of view in a place that doesn't normally hear it. And I want to talk about the ways in which I think some of the things he said are offensive. The same way you might want to go confront somebody on Fox News, or you've met with, you know, talk to Newt Gingrich and he said crazy shit in the past too. So maybe part of the way out of this is for someone like you to go to those spaces, even if there have been things that are offensive to people.
Yeah. So first of all, somehow we're having a much more deeper and personal conversation than I thought. So I'm going to be very candid with you.
These podcasts think you're Adolf Hitler? No, they don't. I talk to them every fucking day, pretty much. Specifically, John Favreau, whose show I will be on. You guys stop. Pod safe scumbags are enemies. That's why shut the fuck up. They're not, okay? Stop. Thank God I don't fucking operate in the same way that you guys do. Because if I was just as like ruthless to people and just as not open-minded to people changing their mentality, I would have zero fucking allies right now, okay? None of you know how to fucking coalition build. You guys are insane. You have to literally dial it back, brother. Jesus Christ. Pod Save America was formative in the Grant Plattner campaign and in the Abdul El-Sayed campaign. Like, they're obviously recognizing exactly what the fuck America needs right now, and they're leaning into it. Stop being so goddamn ruthless to people. Oh my God. You need to be... You need to stop being insane, please. I don't even care that John Love has said this, okay? It doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
Got me, but in a very good way.
I always want to talk to you about deep things.
No, I appreciate that. And that's why I appreciate you, frankly. So here's the candor. I had no idea who this person was until a few days ago. I never heard their name.
That's going around, I think, yeah.
And I still haven't heard him speak even. I haven't heard anything he's done. The man.
That's a crazy thing to admit, by the way. I don't even know if it's true or not. It might be, and it might not be, right? But that's a crazy thing to admit. Like, you're basically fucking saying, like, I don't know anything about this guy. They just fed me talking points, and I said those talking points. And it's like, brother, don't you understand that's precisely the thing that people hate about politicians? Like, you should never, as a politician, you should never admit that. In my opinion, never admit that you're an empty suit, a husk for a collection of talking points that like lobbyists have given you. Don't do that. You don't have to know who I am, but be honest, right? Don't throw your comms director under the bus in the way that he's doing, right? He's like, well, my comms director gave me these choice quotes and I thought, wow, heinous. Just be like, this is irrelevant. Why am I fucking talking about a Twitch streamer? Shut up. That's what you would normally do, right? If you don't know who I am, you say, I don't know who he is. I'm not going to talk about this. It's ridiculous. And it's crazy because like Cory Booker's supposed to be the guy in charge of social media for the Democratic Party. And he's like, Cory Booker claiming he had no idea who Hasan PIKER was before a few days ago. And he'd never even heard his name is either a bald-faced lie or reveals how stunningly ignorant these politicians are about the online world. Cory Booker's the one leading the Senate Dems on social media stuff. Yeah. And it's so dumb. It's so dumb to be like, I don't know anything about this guy, but also here are all the things that I said about him. He's a bad guy. Why would you fucking admit that? You guys see what I'm saying? I know it's me in the crosshairs, technically. It's technically me in the crosshairs. So for a lot of people, you think like, oh, this is self-serving. You're just defending your own honor. You're defending yourself. And it's like, no, I'm actually identifying a major fucking problem with the way that politicians are perceived. This is a much broader problem. This is not about me at all. I'm removing myself from this equation and you should too. This has nothing to do with me and something to do with like the way politicians are perceived. You aren't important enough for him to personally know about. He has people for this. Duh. No, brother. How do you not understand? If I'm so insignificant, if I'm so inconsequential, and you're a goddamn senator, the way that you respond to this is, I'm a fucking senator. I got real shit to worry about. What do you mean I'm going to disavow some random guy? I don't know him. Do you not understand? That's the point. Saying this doesn't actually own me at all. Saying this actually shows that he is a mouthpiece for lobbyists. Lobbyists come to him and they issue talking points and he says those talking points. That is literally the problem with Democrats. The way that Democrats are perceived broadly for good reason, because they are fucking mouthpieces for lobbyists.
And sitting over there is my comms director.
It's almost as if there's a bunch of focus on one random streamer and it's not really the right way to have a big debate. Yeah.
That's my point. Like, so my comms director said to me, oh, you're getting asked this question, would you go on the show? And I'm like, well, who is this person? And all he did, the totality of this person he gave me.
Right there, that guy.
I don't want you, he's not on camera, so I don't feel like I'm implicating him. Mm-hmm. The totality of what he did to me was show me 4 or 5 of the most outrageous things.
And they're pretty outrageous.
They are. I said, okay, well, whoa.
Right.
Let's give whatever you saw officially coming out of my office. So here's a couple things. And I have this experience, I don't want to say daily. My wife experienced it last night in the airport as somebody was wanting to take a moment as I come off this very long flight and to scream at me. I always tell people, give me a Mother's Day card, please, because I get called you mother often. And it's from people on wings of both parties.
It would really be a Father's Day card in that sense.
Well, but calling me a mother.
Well, you're not the mother.
Oh, you're right. I never thought about that analysis here.
Any kind of card would do, I think.
I appreciate that.
Why does Booker assume you want him on the show? I don't know. Obviously, the biggest problem that I have with Cory Booker is not what he's saying about me. I don't give a shit what he says about me. I don't care about having him on the show at all. My biggest problem with Cory Booker is that he is aligned with some of the most malign forces in American politics, okay? He has linked up with Yoav Gallant, a war criminal, the former defense minister of Israel, who is an indicted war criminal, right? He has linked up with Benjamin Netanyahu, another indicted war criminal by the International Criminal Court, okay, by the ICC. So that is infinitely worse than any number of things that anyone could possibly say. Not just myself. This is ridiculous. Like you as a senator doing that is far more consequential than any number of different things that any number of different Twitch streamers, podcasters, or whoever the fuck could ever say. That is unforgivable because that's real. That has real impact. That says a lot more. You can be as positive and as like optics focused as you want, but at the end of the day, you're doing that shit. That's so much worse. That's real harm. You're advancing material harm. Booker admitting that he's never listened to a single minute of Hasan's show and only put out a position because Third Way prodded his office. Then he went on a long, largely unrelated ramble deflection about getting heckled at the airport constantly and the importance of reaching across the aisle on a personal level to ultra-conservative senators like the late Jim Inhofe. And what's really funny about this is that he still gave such a wishy-washy, centrist-ass position when asked, Cory Booker and all these right-wing Democrats cannot have any conviction. Just have conviction. Be like, he's a bad guy. Lie and say, I know him very well. He is a malign force in the party. He is a cancer. We have to purge him. It's unbelievable. Even then, he's still a fucking centrist. It's like, yeah, you know, I said he was a bad guy because someone gave me choice quotes. And, you know, I was prodded by the lobbying arm of the party. But honestly, I don't really know. Maybe we should reach across the aisle. It's like, why would you do that? Why are you such a fucking centrist? You can't even have a consistent position on this. Yeah, it's ridiculous that like Cory Booker also is the guy who is claiming he's never heard of me, but like he's leading the Senate Dem social media efforts. Like that's crazy. He should talk to his staffers. They know who the fuck I am. They're probably in here right now. I can't believe you're criticizing someone who did a record-breaking filibuster that didn't even symbolically deter the Trump machine in any way. I know that is perhaps perfectly illustrative of the way that Cory Booker and others like him want to have impact. Right? 1 year ago, Cory Booker spoke for 25 hours. Here's what it accomplished: nothing. Yeah. The Haaretz New York correspondent. Since when has Hasan PIKER had become some litmus test for politicians? This is the inverse of the moral panic pro-Israel pundits are trying to stir. Absolute brain rot. A malevolent actor should not be allowed to corral the DNC into very bad corners, thus orchestrate a campaign to make fast their equivalent between a podcaster and people in power who are now bombing Iran in the name of Jesus Christ is especially transparent, but apparently not that transparent for other podcast bros. Yeah, what they also don't want to reckon with, or what they fail to reckon with, is that the average voter is way more anti-Semitic, like actually anti-Semitic. I'm not anti-Semitic. I fight against anti-Semitism. Have you seen the average voter? You probably haven't. That's precisely the reason why you think I am not someone who is desperately trying to hold on to a sense of normalcy and combat bigotry, no matter what kind of bigotry exists, including but not limited to anti-Semitism. When you launch these fucking attacks against me, you don't understand. Like, there are a lot of people out there who think the most significant way of combating Israel is by, you know, being anti-Semitic. Benjamin Netanyahu's Cory Booker. Benjamin Netanyahu's a horrible person. Also, Cory Booker.